Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Foundation, where today we've received a big update. We can finally make wine. So good to see you all here in Raptoria, where now we finally can produce wine over here at the Monastery, which is nearing completion. So all this extra space that we have is tremendous, and we can actually put wonderful grapevines and things coming down here to have wonderful vineyards for our monastery, and then of course can build some coopers in order to store those wine drinks in barrels and move them all around and trade with them. That is awesome. There's also been a lot of new updates to the game in terms of modding and some things that have been fixed, so we'll see what's new, and hopefully that'll improve some of our food situation, which we've been experimenting with for so long. A lot of people were saying that you need luxury goods in order to get food. Raptor, you need to build more warehouses. Yep, that's right. Those were all the wrong answers. Actually, all you need to do is just place a bunch of buildings around the berries, and that's all you need. Unfortunately, luxury goods are not a part of the game yet, aside from making more money for certain goods. They bring in a lot more cash, for example, if you were to feed people venison and wine rather than bread and berries, but berries get them the basic foods that they need, according to the developers in a, we had a written exchange, and it seems to be we were doing everything right. But of course, this is an early game that's in Alpha 1.2.23105. So now, as soon as the monastery's done, we can go ahead and start building our winery onto that. So we've got speed going. We just literally need someone to come over and whack it with a hammer once, and then we are done with the monastery, and we can start adding on all of our wonderful little goods. We can build a cooperage in the meantime, which makes all those wine barrels. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let's go ahead and build that over here, maybe. Oh, actually, you know what? It requires planks, iron, and tools in order to make the barrels. So we'll definitely need to make sure that we've got a lot of that coming in. And I think we actually are importing some of the things that we need, so it should be good. Also, some of our buildings are blocked, too. But we'll take a look and find out which ones a little bit later. There's our cooperage, then. We've got plenty of constructing people here. Looks like a lot of clothing is lacking, too, even though we've got plenty of it coming in, but we're working on that. Everything's a work in progress then, and with this latest update, things will change, so our economy and the way our city functions might be different because the game rules have slightly been altered. Like, for example, you can see some people go into warehouses and things like that. Some things are blocked, but some things are not. But anyway, it seems like we were able to remedy a lot of our problems by eliminating the warehouses, which are solely meant for trade. So I think we could probably make a lot of money just by trading some of our stuff that's already in storage. Unfortunately, we won't be able to sell much else because they don't really require anything else. So we'll empty most of what we have in order to make some money and get it back into the economy. So essentially what we want to do is just get rid of these buildings. They're kind of useless for now. Even though we're telling our people to empty them, they're still not going to the windmills and such, which still is an issue here. Well, let's just go ahead and get rid of these warehouses. We won't need them aside from the ones for trading in the center. So we may say goodbye to some of our goods, but at least it'll stop the setback of goods and things being there. So luckily we got some confirmation on that finally, and now we can continue to proceed. I might end up selling some goods up here, so we'll leave those ones, but we don't really need any more storage around. Houses are upgrading. That's a good sign. Means we're getting most of what we need around here. And instead of waiting for goods to be transported out, obviously that's not happening, because even when we're telling people to empty, they're not emptying at all. We'll keep these two warehouses inside the town, but luckily we have official confirmation now that that's just not supposed to work that way. Okay, so we do need to see how the monastery finishes up. Oh, and it's finally complete. Excellent, the monastery build is done. Now we can add some more things to that, so let's take a look at the winery, and let's see what's there. What exactly is this? Oh, fireplace, cross, herb garden, decorative bush, apiary. We've already got that. I love the color of this. This is really, I think that was a good color. Ah, unnamed parts. That might be it. Nope. Where is this thing? Let's see. Should be buildable here at the winery, or the winery should be buildable at the monastery. Maybe it's under its own tab. Let's take a look. If we go to monastery, that might refresh it differently. Let's see. We're keeping all the stuff for us. Herb garden, decorative bush, apiary, abbeys. Well, if we're building the barrels, the monastery stuff should be here somewhere. Let's take a look what else is around. Stone bridge. Okay, there's the cooperage there. I don't see any other buildings added. Stonemason huts are here. Residential. Oh, there we are. Extraction. Let's go ahead and remove some of these trees then. from the monastery. Oh, I can't paint outside. Oh, I see. We just don't control that land over there. Well, let's see if we can get rid of the rest of these trees. We'll make room for all of our winery now. Okay, so finally, this is complete. Beekeepers and herbalists, 0 out of 2, have been assigned. We have 6 monks. Concede a villager to the monastery. So let's go ahead and try to get people to come up here. So that will allow us to have 2 beekeepers and 2 herbalists. And then we can build some more to take care of the winery as soon as we get a chance for that. Upkeep cost is pretty high. Let's see here. Apiary, decorative bushes. Ooh, we got to decorate a little bit, I think. Okay, I can hear some of the trees being cut down now. Alright, we'll wait a little bit and see if we can come back and start making our winery. Let's take a look here. Everything's functioning. So yes, the new wine production chain means that you can build a monastery vineyard and then a monastery winery, and then that needs to be brought to the cooperage in order to, or at least they need to bring barrels back from the cooperage in order for that to function. So we'll see how that works in just a little bit, but first we need one building to at least be constructed. We've got a huge capacity now. Looks like our Lord's Manor has been completed, and this, of course, is our treasury building where we're going to store more of our more of our money from military conquest. So that's why we're building that. And looks like some good cash is coming in. Mostly we have imports coming in. Look at that. The happiness going way up high now. Now that we've gotten rid of our worthless warehouses, now happiness is higher than it's ever been before. Homes are still lacking, but again, that always seems to be stuck at 4, and then when there's 5, then they build a new home for whatever reason. And clothing is still needed. But we've assigned an incredible number of people to be tailors and try to make all the clothing that we can. Let's continue to assign. We've got some more buildings here that were completed. There we go. And let's make sure we've got people making, weaving all the wool together. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, I love that church down there. That really looks nice. Okay. I wonder if we need to build a new... Oh, there we go. Ah, now we have 2 people to come up here to the monastery. Good. We just need some more monks. Alright, I wonder if I need to build a new monastery for that to work. I like how we can build multiple monasteries, though, on the same land. But this is perfect. It provides a lot of area for us to do a winery and such. And I might want to rebuild the herb garden or whatever to put it somewhere further away. I wonder if we could do another one. Oh, brother male. Yes, of course. They all call each other brothers now. Okay, let's do an herb garden over here. Except if I detach it, it doesn't matter. So let's try this. We'll do an herb garden down here to make it look like a gate. That'll look nice. Should we do it like that? Oh, yes. Alright, war is coming. So the king wants us to send out another group of troops. That'll bring in some good cash for us. Oh, we're going to build another herb garden there. Get rid of these 2. I wonder if we can get rid of this one here. If I click edit. Well, we'll build another herb garden down there. Although I don't know if we can. It kind of looks like it's outside of our territory. Might be able to do that. But anyway. Okay, we'll get back to the vineyards as soon as we can. Alright, so money's coming in. Let's go on that quest now. Open mission setup. Oh, good. They made some nice changes to this. Maybe the military is a little different now. It used to say rookie. Now it says novice. So I don't know if there's any sort of training. I went through some of the notes on this, but I don't see anything new. Alright, 2 new people are joining. Excellent. Nothing new on the military side, really. Except for there's improved job AI and a few other things, so good changes. Oh, wanted to click that button now. There we go. Okay, so now we have 2 out of 2 beekeepers assigned, 2 out of 2 herbalists assigned. Now we just need to build on to the, I think the monastery looks great. I'm really happy with this. This looks cool. Now we're going to add some more stuff to it. Let's make some pathways and stuff. We're focused on the monastery today because now we finally get to, well, 1, it's complete, and 2, we get to actually do some interesting things with it. So that's going to be rather nice. Let's see if we can make a nice pathway that winds down this way. So if I do this, they'll be forced to take that pathway. So that'll be kind of cool. Alright, let's make sure they stay on some of these areas. Alright, this will force them to take certain roads. So that'll be interesting. Alright, we'll come back and see the winery in a little bit. I wonder if all the berries that we're harvesting has anything to do with it. But no, I think they'll require their own. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Happiness is just skyrocketing. Apparently a few more people need a church. That's interesting because we are nowhere near our capacity. 90 out of 162. 62 out of 95. And again, another 42 out of 115. Looks like we can't assign any priests or anything yet. That's still a factor. But I'm happy to see our happiness skyrocketing. And look at that. The food is skyrocketed too. So, good to see. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Alright, money is real positive now too. And we'll receive more money as soon as we've got some people coming back from their military quest. Alright. And then we've requested that... oh, actually, I wonder if I have a free territory. We can buy this land here for some money, but we're about to get some free stuff from the king. And then we'll start working on our military fortress. In this game now, we've requested that a lot of trees be cut down. So anybody who's free should be assigned to cutting down trees. So let's see. I know we have a few open spots on the... Oh, the cooperage needs some people to work there. Okay, let's get that started. We should have some of those materials around. Let's now focus on checking out our villagers to make sure everybody's employed. Oh, you can even see their skills now. That's changed. Okay, so we have a few unemployed. That's good for our logging then. So forester camps, or no, gathering huts. Lumber camps is what we're looking for. Let's make sure they're fully assigned. We want to continue to cut down trees. Looks like we're running low on logs, actually. A lot of houses were constructed, so that's probably part of that. And one more at the lumber camp. Okay, good. Alright, so that'll help us to cut down more trees and clear more land for more house construction in the future. And this should be completed soon. And will look nice, like a nice entrance to this place. Okay, let's take a look at what else we can do. Alright, so we gotta get that winery going. Oh, and the soldiers are back. Very good. The cooperage is good and running. This town is really huge. And we're gonna only increase size as we get more desirability around here. Let's actually see if we can increase villagers around there. I see a couple of berries that we can gather from over there. Nice. And people are permitted to build their homes anywhere around here. I'm going to extract some of this to make more room for homes. Alright, so essentially we're trying to clear all this land just so we can make some homes. And then get desirability up by putting down decorations when the time comes. Look at all the bread. Look at all the berries. That is fantastic. Oh, and then it goes down again at no change to our own. We haven't really made any changes at all. So it just seems to fluctuate on its own. So we'll put that to bed and say it's all good. Yes, we get a free territory. Thank you, King. Alright, let's go ahead and put down that there. Perfect. Alright, and more villagers are coming. That's great. We always need more employees. We got quite a few jobs there. Let's see what else we can fix. Job-wise. Market traders we're okay on. Tailors. Let's make sure we have more tailors. And then do we have a full group of brothers up here? Capacity 6. Okay, so we must be full again. Or maybe not. Let's take a look at the workplace list again. Soldiers are fine. Millers at the windmill. Nope. Okay, we're all full on jobs now. Or at least everybody's working a job, so that's good. Alright. And we're continuing to keep all of our own stuff. We've got all these things maxed out. The only other thing we need to improve upon now is the kingdom. And to do that, we need to buy some more territory and build like a fortress up here. I think we already have the territory. So we just need to build the fortress up here. So we are asking for that those logs to be cut down too. So let's go ahead and cancel the construction here. We'll build another fortress, so that way we can increase our kingdom level and then start exporting swords. So that way we can build everything possible in the game. So that'll be cool. Alright. Oh, wooden gate. Oh, yeah. So we can build wooden gates into the town. I think it looks nicer without the wooden gates, to be honest, because we got a tremendously large town. And it's always growing, so who knows. Oh, and that's a much better entrance to the monastery. Look at that. That looks much better. Cool. It's an interesting herb garden, isn't it? It's just basically a little bed here and then a giant house to take care of like one small flower bed, essentially. Interesting. Okay, can we get rid of this building? Yes, let's get rid of that building. Okay. So now we've got the herbalist there. Alright, I want to see if we can find this. There's Abbey AB, door, decorative bush, apiaries for bees, herb garden produces herbs. I actually don't see the winery anywhere, but under what it says game changes, it says new building, monastery, vineyard, new building, monastery, winery. So obviously, since this is the monastery, that's where it needs to be built. But anyway. Alright, more people are being joined into town. Regardless, we should be able to make wine at some point. Actually, we get wine too because we have, we actually have tons of it from our military conquests. So I should be able to sell it at one of the dealers or something like that. One of the luxury good buildings. Alright, we're cutting down trees left and right. More trees are being cut down up here, so we're going to have to go for military next so we can max out. And it looks like the Lord's Manor is almost done. That's, of course, my humble abode. Let's work on that for a little bit. Let's put some decorative bushes down over here. Too bad we can't put down benches like in Ostreve. Let's put a decorative tree. Very nice. Keep on decorating. Okay, looks good for now. We're jumping all around doing all sorts of different decorations and things. Next I want to work on the monastery, but we might need more people here. I'm not sure how to unlock it fully. But it should be here, considering that we're able to make wine barrels. And it looks like our boys have made 5 of them so far. Excellent. Looks like there's 5 barrels waiting. Good. Alright, nice work. And then we could probably do that for exports. Let's actually see if we can export wine to somebody. Looks like yes, they are buying wine. Or no, they're not buying wine. Nobody... Oh yes, they're buying wine. Perfect. Davenport is buying wine for 30 gold. That's crazy. They're also buying planks, polished stone, 15 leather. Also, I don't know how we make leather in the game yet because it seems like the hunter's post, I believe, maybe makes that. I don't think we have to do anything more, but that's supposed to be a much more complicated supply chain. Because right now we have a hunter. Yes, he creates 29 leather. So let's actually rebuild one of those warehouses and trade leather and wine and expensive goods that we might not need, but just for extra cash. So let's build ourselves another warehouse, but let's put it like over, I guess we'll put it over here for some of our expensive goods. So this is where we will try to store wine and leather for export, since I don't think our people need to directly buy that. Happiness is still pretty good. I'm happy to see that. More homes must be being constructed too. We'll have to work on the desirability as time goes on, but we're good for now. Wow, look at that. Nobody's growing any more wheat here. They should be able to soon. We should have our farmland ready. Actually, wait a minute, where's farmland? There should be a way to paint farmland. There's fertility. Hi, here we are. Oh, it must have gone away in the update. Okay. We used to have our crop fields out. Okay, so the update just removed our current crop fields, so that kind of explains that. That's not a problem. I was wondering, usually they're full. So in the recent update, I guess that refreshed that, so that's okay. Because usually our fields are completely full. Okay, so hopefully the farmers get to planting that then right away. Good thing we noticed that, otherwise we could have run out of food. Luckily we have plenty of wheat in the system. Okay, so it looks like we've got a capacity of 4, 5, 6 now. We have all of the total. Monastery personnel. Let's see, left click on green arrows to grow, shrink building. Verticality, yep. Okay, I want to find... I only see the clear option. I certainly don't want to click that. I do not see the option for any of these new items. That's concerning. Uh-oh. Also, the menu's stuck on the screen. Oh, there it goes. But if I click Monument, and if I build a monastery, even if I click a new one, it doesn't bring up the items. Oh, boy. Alright, well, I'm going to title today's episode all about the wine anyway. Like, we should be able to build a winery. If not, it wouldn't say version 1.223105. This is the correct and current version. And also, the Cooper wouldn't be there either. Regardless, it's just a quick click and we should be able to get that stuff down. But first, we need our warehouse to be complete so we can export some of those goods for sale. And let's actually work on trade right now. I am so excited that there's new stuff to do. Alright, let's export. Sell all above, like, 5. I don't think we're going to need any leather at all. And let's sell all above 5 for wine, too. So who is that that's buying all that? Is it the first town? They're buying wine. Oh, actually, this town is selling wine. Okay, so it's Northbury that's buying wine, leather for 15, and Davenport that's buying wine for 30. So leather for 15, wine for 30. That's going to be a huge export. In fact, that's the most expensive thing we can build or sell except for honey and weapons, which are very good. Ah, good. The Lord Manor's modifications are complete, and now we can hold 6,350. Good. Now we just got to work on actually making sure we've got money in there. That's going to be an important thing. All right, the warehouse is done. Let's get to work on that. So we want 2 people to be able to sell goods. Let's go ahead and sell a boatload of leather. So let's go ahead and stock maximum amount of leather. Stock maximum amount of... Let's do honey, too. Let's do all the goods. That would be expensive. So wine, honey, leather, and I think maybe herbs. Is anybody buying herbs? Yes, for 15. But I think we could sell something better. I feel like maybe weapons eventually. But we can build another one just for the weapons. So let's do... let's do herbs. Oh, they're tough to see. Where are they at? They're there. Okay, so we want these 2 to go and grab a maximum of everything. Good. They've got 50 leather there, so hopefully we can start selling that and getting the rest of our money back. So now that we've got some real expensive things we can sell, honey, herbs, leather, wine, weapons eventually, money's not going to be an issue. And the fact that clothing is still an issue is hilarious. Because it's not an issue, then it is. I don't know. Who knows with this game, but regardless, we built a beautiful city. And to see it like functioning where people are walking around and going to market and it just looks gorgeous. To see an entire lake surrounded like that, it's just absolutely wonderful. Okay, and money's coming back, good. Alright, I think the next thing we need to work on then is that military fortress. We need trees to be cut down. So let's go ahead and order all of these trees to be cut down. Because we're going to clear the mountaintop for all of our eventual buildings. So we have our Lord's Manor here. We're gonna have a fortified city here. So we're gonna fortify the city here. Lord's Manor is good. I think we're gonna need to build a military fort there. And then we could build something here. I don't know what we should do for our last area there. We certainly could add something to it. Ah, good. We'll add some more troops then. And that'll give us some cash. Alright, everybody's sent out on a mission. And that'll bring in some good cash. Beautiful. Well, I'm glad that they had an update. This makes it a lot more interesting. And things seem to be flowing a little better. I wonder if we can export barrels. Oh, they have 11 barrels sitting there now, too. Herbalist, Beekeeper, Monument, Capacity 6. I think they have Capacity 6 because it's like, if you have a Beekeeper, Herbalist, and Winemaker, that's 2, 4, 6, so that's everybody. But it's just not on the list. So that might be a little glitch from them not updating it fully. I'll take a look again at that later, and if you know the answer, let me know down below in the comment section. But then, again, thank you everybody for all your support so far. I greatly appreciate everybody joining for more. This is a lot of fun. Looks like we need to get some more houses going. Oh, and yep, there they go. They're already building houses. It seems like they won't build a house unless it's absolutely necessary, even if the desirability is high. So that's good. And then we just now need to wait for loggers to clear out all the rest of these trees. So that way we can start building some decent roadways and such. And pathways to where we need to go. And then also clearing land for big construction, like the walls of that main area. So that's good. Alright, I think we can cancel all the cutting down up here. This area is good to go. I think we'll leave some of the forest around. Most of this can be cut down. We've got all this area here for reforestation. Looks like we cut out all these trees. Good. Just trying to get rid of most of them by the river. So now it's on them. And the next time we're going to build another military fortress here. And then we need one more idea there. That's it. And then we can build up here. Other than building in like these remaining areas around the river, I'm not too sure where else we could build. There's not really that much flat space for any sort of building. And we could build up here. I don't even know how we'd get up there. There could be something up there as our final build. But everything else is pretty rounded. So aside from that other area up there, I don't know where else we could build. And here. On this side. Okay. Alright, soldiers are going out. Food is an issue again, even though we've got 95, 96 berries, but yet we're selling it all like crazy at the markets. There's only 2 there, even though there's 96. I don't know. I guess they just need to come and get it. I guess it's all based off of how far away they are from a building, too. If there's a lot of hungry people and somebody walks to go get berries, and it takes them a while to get there, then they're going to run out of food by the time they get back. But we can't put the markets just where the berries are. But at least we got plenty, so that's good. Alright. Not seeing windmills working as fast as I want either. Well, looks like we got all the leather in stock. And wine, too. Alright, so we do have wine from our years and years of conquests. So we should be able to trade that. So we are trading, right? We are exporting wine. And we are exporting leather, all but 5. So it says sell all above the value. So we want to hold 5, but that's it. Alright, our soldiers are back from a mission. Good. Our winery is going to look real cool. I guess it's all based off of whether or not they take a pathway. Let's build some walls here. Alright, as soon as we can put down that winery as well, I'll have that down. So we'll figure that out. And we'll be making wine here. But we have plenty to sell for the time being. So I'm happy with that. Okay. Let's build another stone wall there. And would you look at that? 20 wine and another free territory. Going on those military missions is crazy important. I'm going to build this pathway. And then I'm going to have our troops follow it. Or our monks. Houses are upgrading. That's good news. Okay, I guess we'll leave a pathway there. Okay, good. Alright, we've probably got a lot of unfulfilled jobs. We're almost up to a population of 350. That's amazing. Okay, let's try to get some more jobs fulfilled. Charcoal burners were off because they weren't functioning at the moment. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got all market tenders assigned here. Let's go ahead and sell more clothes and more... Let's try deer meat. I don't think that'll work, but we can give it a shot. It just seems better to sell berries. We can try to sell wine here, see if it works, but... Alright, luxury goods. Oh, there it is at the bottom. No, everybody should be assigned. There we go. That's good. Alright, woodcutters. Good. Soldier to the treasury, that's important. And warehouses, we don't need too many. Actually, we should probably get rid of some more of these warehouses. And that's it. We're full on jobs. All right, good. Well, the winery is looking beautiful. Like it's gonna be right here. I think we're gonna put it like right here. So just kind of picture it in your mind. As soon as I can figure out how to put it down, it should be there. But that's gonna look just gorgeous. All right, do we need any more trees cut down? Nope. None more in town that I want to cut down. Just all up in the hills now. Looks like we cut down all the trees that were here. You can see a little bit of the forest being cut down there. Just trying to make everything look good. Every second counts when we're trying to do that. Oh, and this forest is almost cleared. Excellent. So next time we'll do a big military fortress up here. I'm looking forward to that. Let's keep working on the monastery. Should we do a fountain, maybe? Or is that too not monk? Is that too flashy? That might be too flashy. Maybe the cypress trees will be okay. There we are. Alright, very good. Let's put some fences down, too. There we go, that looks nice. We could probably put this in the winery, too, to make it look a little bit more like a vineyard. Very good. Okay, so yes, we'll need a monastery vineyard and a monastery winery. So actually, that's 2 new buildings in addition to that. So we're going to need more people living here. I wonder if that means we need more dorms? Capacity is 6, so I wonder if we should add some more dorms. Or how that would work. I wonder if we should add some separate buildings. We can actually build down here now. So maybe we better build another dorm to get more employees. That might be it. More monks. I do like adding on to this building, though. Alright, let's add a dorm and abbey. Let's see how that looks. Some of it's actually sinking into the ground. There we go. There we go. Alright, we'll keep adding on to this. And make the monastery look much nicer than just being a... It almost looks more like a castle than the castle does. Unfortunately, the developers took away castles a long time ago, and now you can only build like Lord Manors and stuff. They must be working on a big castle update, which will be exciting when you can actually do it. But yeah, just picture that we got the vineyard here, and that it's working, and the winery too. Of course, the vineyard is where they grow all the grapes, essentially, and then the winery is where it's processed into grapes, or, well, from grapes into wine. And then probably also stored. Maybe the barrels are needed too to store it there as well, because we wouldn't store it at the Coopery. Which is, by the way, if you know anybody with the last name Cooper, that's what they mean. It used to mean that the family was a barrel maker. Just like if you know somebody with the last name Schumacher, it means that their family made shoes, that type of thing. Oh, this looks really nice. Let's add some more to this and make our monastery look a lot more complete. I think I have to build this whole thing in reverse. If I click there, it'll just snap the other way. Oh yeah, this is looking much better. Cool. Maybe we should grow some trees or something here. Something like this would maybe look nice. There we go. And then a way for the monks to get in here over here, maybe. Good, glad to see so many villagers joining us. Unfortunately, losing a little bit of that happiness, but it's all based off of the whole warehouse debacle. And just some of the food. I'm not really concerned about it anymore, as we're more focused on building new items and such. All the new foods and things. Wow, that monastery looks way better than it did before. That makes me proud. Alright. Let's see if we're selling any deer meat. I think we have a luxury stand around here somewhere. Oh, we're actually selling wine. Whoa! For a crazy amount of money. Alright, so luxury goods have certainly fixed the money problem. Well, not really fixed it, but, I mean, we're making money, so that's good. But that doesn't count for any of the food. That symbol there, that's what that means. The one above it. So below is basically food, and then the one above it is luxury goods. Once you start providing it, then that starts affecting the happiness too, which can be a pain. Especially if we haven't built more. Also, wine is going to be another thing that they are going to need more of, so we're going to have to produce that eventually, because we will run out if we don't have the winery functioning. So that's cool. Alright, I'm going to take a second to figure out the winery so I can provide the wonderful winery there, so we can see it. So hopefully we see it next to the monastery here in just a second. Here we go. Oh, I figured it out. We haven't had to do this in a million years. This is why I didn't even think of it. Under clergy, all we got to do is click right there, wine production. I didn't even think of that. It would have been helpful if the buildings were grayed out or something like that. I'm sure a lot of you had already called it and just said, oh yeah, all you have to do is just do it that way. And, you know, select it through that method. Not a problem. Okay, so all we need to do then is wait for this construction to complete, and then we can add our winery onto it as well. So we pretty much have that done. We just need for construction to be completed. Now, one thing I've noticed is now that we're supplying wine, it's just going to be the same problem like with the food. It won't be distributed correctly, and it's going to cost us a lot of money and a lot of happiness. But we're going to do it just so we can actually produce it. But it was funny how people didn't have that need until we actually started providing it. So not until we started providing wine did they want wine, and if we cut it off, it's just going to, yeah, it's going to be a real mess from here. So it's going to be really interesting. All right, let's get this building complete, and then we're going to build ourselves a winery. Here we go. All right, so I've jumped back a little bit to when we began the construction of the new abbey slash dormitory, and I don't think that actually adds to the population of people who can live here, but it certainly looked cool when we put it down. So let's actually try to put this building down here. I think, do I have the right building selected here? I want to be able to raise the height of this one. Let's put the Abbey down. No, Abbey B. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And then let's put our door down. I think door A will look the nicest here. Perfect. Okay, now all we got to do is unlock that stuff again. So for those of you who called it, thank you very much for saying so, though I kind of figured it out myself through trial and error. Like, it had been literally so long since we had to do any of that that I didn't even know it was there. So let's see where it is now. I think all we got to do is close the menu and come back. Let's go back to, there we go, edit this thing. And there it is, the wine, yes, the vineyard and the winery. Fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and put those down now. So all I got to do then is just rebuild the little fence down there, so really not much lost at all. But this is going to become more difficult now that we've got more need for wine and stuff like that. I've jumped back to where we weren't providing it, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. The herb garden there is good to go, so let's put our vineyard down here. So I think we can put... I wonder if we have to make fields for it. That'd be kind of cool. Let's put it over here. Like that. And then let's put our winery over here, somewhere kind of connected to this building. How would it look best? Maybe like this? Maybe something like over here would be good. Perfect. All right, let's start the construction. So our winery is going down, our vineyard is going down, and our little entrance is going down, so that's all under construction again. Fantastic. Okay, everything's all squared away now in this game, so that construction begins on the winery, vineyard, and so much more. We're going to get a good stockpile of it going before we get started, and I'm going to also put a trader inside there, so that way we can trade all these goods and make some more money. So right now, money's looking good, and also, happiness is all right. We'll see if we can keep getting that food up, and we built a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of little gathering posts around here, so I'll request that some more be made around here, as we had before. I just had to jump back a little bit in that save to make sure that we could build it all in one swoop. So that's good. So let's put down a few more gatherer huts right over here. Excellent. And I also figured out that all we need to do is, if I hadn't mentioned it before, we just need to repaint every one of these zones. So that's quite easy. So we'll get crops growing. I've already experimented a little bit ahead, so crops do work. And it looks like they're able to grow again, so we'll just kind of get them growing up here. We'll make like 3 fields or something like that here, and then we'll make this one go over that way. So that's it. All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining me. Next time you see me, all of these wheat fields will be working properly. The vineyard will be near completion, and we'll have wine production underway, as well as all of our food problems solved, as we're going to ramp up production like never before. Thank you very much for joining me today. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for your patience. I don't want to hear any more. I was yelling at my screen. Painful to watch. Just relax. This is a fun building game, and that's what we're here to do, is enjoy gaming and not get stressed out about stuff. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for your help, and thank you. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.